Okay, welcome back to another mid-range Magic the Gathering Online League. Doing Sultai again, second time in a row, but I really enjoyed this deck last time round. Just has some cool cards in it, some of my favourites to play with. You get some Blast from the Past, so you get Tasigur and Tireless Tracker. Just really enjoyed it. And Sultai Charm's weirdly good. I've always had a soft spot for the charm things where you get quite flexible cards in the main. So yeah, really enjoyed playing this last time. So go and check out the last league if you're interested in some Sultai. Drown Loch been really good as well. So yeah, we haven't changed anything since the last league, but yeah, did have a ton of fun playing it. So yeah, let's jump straight in. Hope everyone's doing well as usual today. If you haven't joined the channel before, I am Nick B MTG. I play a lot of mid-range decks and upload them all to YouTube. Usually the kind of BGX decks are my bread and butter. The kind of Magic I enjoy playing mostly. So if that's something you like and you're a fan of the stuff I'm putting out, please do subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments if you're enjoying, or if there's anything you'd like to see improved. And certainly always happy to discuss plays I make as well. Always want to improve my game and have that discussion. So yeah, I think don't know what the next league I'll be doing is. Could be Abzan with some of the new Strixhaven cards. Haven't done Jund for a while, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, let's get into round number one. We win the die roll, so we will play first. This hand's like okay against creature decks. I think we're going to keep it in the blind. It's got a Fatal Push for a turn 1 creature. It's got 2 copies of Liliana, she can be very strong, especially on the play. And it's got an Assassin's Trophy in case we're against something daft like Tron or Amulet Titan or something like that. So yeah, a little bit of everything, which is often what you get with these decks. Bauble with no Lurus, so this could be. Oh, I did need to make one change. I thought the Triome was good. I've been playing this deck a little bit in paper as well, and the Triome's been really good. I think we'll just go and get Overgrown Tomb here. Yeah, Bauble with no Lurus implies to me that this is some kind of potentially Urza deck, some sort of artifact, especially given the Scalding Tarn, Watery Grave, Shocking In. Okay, so this is standard Grixis Death Shadow. Don't know why that wasn't on my radar. I've played a lot of Grixis Shadow over the years as well, but yeah, not something you see as often these days. So I think we're just going to try and slam this Liliana here. If it gets Stubborn Denialed, it gets Stubborn Denialed. Opponent might be on the Gurmag Angler plan, but we're less afraid of that. What do we get rid of here? I think given its shadow, it could be Drown in the Loch. Because if they delve out a big threat... Yeah, I think we're just going to do Drown in the Loch here. Opponent discards. Team of Battle Rage, sure. Okay. So Liliana, one of the best cards in this matchup. Happy to keep another one in hand. If opponent goes Gurmag Angler here, we've got the answer for it. Okay, we don't have an answer to the Royal Scion. Well, we have two answers to the Royal Scions, which we're just going to kill. Creeping Tar Pit. Well, we're definitely ticking up. I think we're going to keep the Tar Pit. I think now we can just get rid of the Lily. I think we're going to keep this Tar Pit in case we draw Jace. And then we're just going to trophy this now. Before my opponent can untap with a potential stubborn denial or something like snap stub to blow us out. We've only got two cards in hand. Thoughtseize, sure. We've got two good cards in hand. Opponent probably doesn't have any more basics. To that end, I'm a bit surprised they take Fatal Push there. Okay, there's a Shadow. This looks like a Gurmag Angler, so it's probably... So yeah, I think my opponent probably has Stubborn Denial. Let's go ahead and Thought Scour myself. See if we can find another Fatal Push. We don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and trophy the Angler first, I think. Does it matter what order we do this in? Actually, no. I think we can Assassin's Trophy at instant speed. Okay, so they keep the Shadow. We'll play a Creeping Tar Pit. Do we trophy now, or do we trophy? I think I'm going to trophy now in case my opponent has Drown in the Loch in their deck. I think it's going to get stubbed, but that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but yeah, we're probably a little behind here. Opponent with the double threat turn, they're going to kill our Liliana. Yeah, so the kind of decision there was whether to trophy in my turn or in my opponent's turn. If they have Stubborn Denial, their deck's so low to the ground in mana cost terms, we know we're likely to get. They're not likely to. They're always going to hold up an island essentially, and we just want to cut their outs. Thoughtseize. Are we going to Thoughtseize now? Do you want to attack them with Creeping Tar Pit as well? I think we are going to Thoughtseize in case my opponent draws Thoughtseize. See what they're working with. Yeah, we're going to take a counterspell because we're going to, if they've got another stub, then we want to. Oh, Snapcaster Mage is probably the best my opponent could have possibly had. Okay, they stub. So we could attack here for 3. That puts my opponent to 6, makes the Shadow a 7. We then go to 9. Or we could block the Shadow. We are then dead to Temur Battle Rage. So if we attack for 3 with Creeping Tar Pit, it goes to 6. They attack back with everything, and then we can't attack. Yeah, land doesn't do it for us. Opponent could have Fatal Push or Lightning Bolt, which is another trouble. We don't have any burn in hand. So if my opponent attacks us, this will grow by 3 to 7, 8, 9. So we'll go to 9. More if my opponent has a fetch land. But then if we draw a removal spell, we're in a better position. I think I'm going to attack here. I think I've talked myself into it. Oh, that was a stupid error. Yeah, accidentally activated the tapped Creeping Tar Pit. Okay, hopefully that won't cost us too bad. Yeah, I mean, I was on the fence about it, but still. So our best draw is probably Snapcaster Mage. Wouldn't mind a Drown in the Loch. Tasigur's not actually too bad. Actually, he's pretty good. So we'll activate. So we don't want. We're going to delve out things that we don't want my opponent to give me. So Thought Scours, a Liliana. Don't think we want them to give us a Liliana. We're happy with any of the other ones, though, I think. Oh, opponent finds Drown in the Loch. Okay, we're not going to attack this time, I don't think. Yeah, I thought Gracie Shadow usually runs a 1 of Drown in the Loch. Okay, so we get to block here if we want, which I think we do. If my opponent attacks over, yeah, I'm going to try and block here. All right, being careful to block correctly here. So my opponent does know what we're drawing. The reason we're blocking there is so that we're not dead next turn. Oh, Jace is nice. We just need to hope my opponent hasn't got... Oh, they don't. So we're just going to return Shadow. Opponent could have Bolt. Okay, that's a very good draw for us. Oh, we're untapping with Jace as well. Okay, I think we're going to brainstorm here. We could keep bouncing the Shadow, but I'd rather draw some cards. Yeah, these are good ones as well. So we can Decay and Tasigur. So we'll put Sultai Charm. We want to draw that first, really. So put Waterlogged Grove and Charm back. And then we'll just play this Tasigur. We don't want them to give us a Tasigur, but anything else is fine. Take 1 trophy out. Opponent can't drown that. Okay, and we're with that Jace draw, we are back in the game. Yeah, obviously we're going to decay the Shadow here. Oh, I have done a very silly thing. Oh, I can't believe I've done that. Oh no, that's just awful. I cannot believe I've made that error. We have to throw away our Tasigur now. Oh, I mean, Jace might pull us out of this. I just tapped completely wrong. We know that we can kill that, but it's not... Weirdly, I think I'm going to bounce the Shadow, because otherwise we're potentially dead next turn. We know that there's that one. Yeah, I think we're just going to return Shadow here. Because otherwise, if my opponent has a kill spell, we're in trouble. Sorry, a discard. No. If my opponent has a Stubborn Denial, Inquisition. I think we're going to have to use this to draw 2. Yeah, I can't believe that. If I'd have played that correctly, we'd be so ahead here. Okay, doing that so that we knew that there was a Waterlogged Grove on top. So we can whiff my opponent's Inquisition. Yeah, that was a very silly mistake. My opponent, we'd be in the... Ah, okay, drown a lot. Hopefully this can get us out of this. Okay, yeah, so we're going to put back... we want the Inquisition here, so we'll put back the lands for... yeah, I think that's fine. We'll play the land. Inquisition my opponent. Make sure we leave up the right mana this time. Yeah, just a stupid mistake. Okay, so it's going to drown right now. But yeah, looks like Jace is hopefully going to dig us out of this hole. I think we're going to sacrifice the land here. Draw our Thought Scour. We could Thought Scour ourselves, but I don't know if I mind drawing another land really. Yeah, we'll brainstorm. Those are some very good cards. I think we want to hold up Snapcaster here, so we'll put back Jace and Thought Scour. Yeah, play the land and pass. Because the way we lose this game now is letting a big creature resolve. I think now we just go into full control mode. Yeah, so definitely go and get more green. Yeah, we're happy sitting here just drawing 2 extra drawing loads of cards per turn. Yeah, so we put the land and Inquisition back, and then we'll fetch them away. We are at 6, so are a little bit in trouble. We could attack, but again, so we're at 6, so my opponent could snap bolt us, which is obviously a little bit concerning. Okay, my opponent has an Inquisition, so I think we're going to Snapcaster. Yeah, we're going to snap here and drown the Inquisition. Yeah, I think that's right. That probably means my opponent has a threat to play this turn. Okay, Snapcaster Mage. Inquisition, okay, sure. So annoyingly we can't use this Maelstrom Pulse. We can use the Maelstrom Pulse to kill the Snapcaster Mage, but R1 dies as well. Okay, I should have kept better track. I think there's just 2 lands in my opponent's hand. Although no, I think they played one. Okay, well, we got Inquisition. So we can check that. So we'll put back Darkslick Shores and Catacombs. We will Inquisition here just to see if there is anything in my opponent's hand. There's a Dismember. And then we'll play Jace. And then pass. Don't think we want to attack yet. If my opponent attacks, we'll block. So we know, yeah, Bloodstained Mire, one unknown. Okay, opponent goes for Street Wraith. Okay, so we will brainstorm first. Okay, so we find some good ones. And then we'll... I guess we're happy to just discard the land that's on top of my deck. Oh, it's Thought Scour actually. Okay, that's fine. So then... I think we're just going to Fatal Push the Snapcaster Mage, and then that is actually attacking for lethal. Do we want to though? So if we go attack with this, I think I'd rather hold up Snapcaster for a turn. No, I think we'll go for, well, if we go for here, 1, 2, 3 lands, we have a Snapcaster Mage that can attack back. Yeah, I think we're going to go for it here, especially since we're down a little bit on time. We have a Snapcaster Mage that can block if necessary. We know my opponent has a land. Okay, so we get there despite my horrendous play earlier, where not leaving up green for Abrupt Decay. Jace digs us out. So yeah, that was a grindy game. So we're going to want to cut most, if not all, of our discard. We're going to want Damnations, Nihil Spellbombs, possibly Kalitas, possibly the Mystical Disputes. Disdainful Stroke doesn't really do much for us. So I think Kalitas earns a spot. Is Ashiok good? I think we'll bring in a one of Ashiok. It nukes their graveyard for Snapcaster Mage. I guess. Don't know, because our Drown Loch then gets worse. But this hand's great if we draw another land. I think we'll keep it. I don't think we really want to mulligan because they're probably keeping Thoughtseizes and stuff in. Always worth checking when you're against this kind of deck. Sometimes opponents in grindy mirrors like to put you on the play, so they can draw an extra card. Not this time, it looks like. They take a tracker, but we do have an extra one. Spellbomb. So, given that we want to draw a land, I think we're just going to play Forest Spellbomb Go. Keeping lands in our deck, and if we draw loads of lands, we want to hold a fetch for Tireless Tracker. Thoughtseize as well, sure. Might take Tasigur. They might struggle to deal with a Tasigur. So we're going to Spellbomb them this turn. They take a Liliana, that's fine. They got a Shadow. Okay. Okay, so this is a bit of a hard one because if they have another discard spell, I think what I'm going to do is go and get a Watery Grave, and then we're going to Spellbomb them, because at the moment we cannot deal with Okay, that's all right. Yeah, we can't deal with the Gurmag Angler at the moment, so we'd really like to draw a land now. This could be a Royal Scions, but that's fine. We've got another Shadow, so we really want a land here. That's rough. That's really rough. Yeah, we have to pass. Yeah, if we'd have hit a black land there, we were really in good shape. If they're only attacking for 3 each, I think we'll just try the Fatal Push here. Oh, they haven't actually got Stub up, so actually this is... Yeah, I should have gone for this before. Yeah, that was another slight misplay. Because my opponent couldn't actually use Stub effectively. Okay, we draw another push. I'm just going to do that right now. Rectify the mistake I made earlier. Mana Leak. What's the... Okay, well I think it was the right play to go for the push there, given that my opponent didn't do anything to my push last time. Okay, Tar Pit's good because now we're in a lot better shape. So we're fine to just decay this now. But if my opponent wants to, okay, so that's their draw for turn. Yeah, so I've made a few errors this time, but okay, we'll let my opponent attack, and then so yeah, we'll just decay this now. We'd like a land off the top, really. Although we can Tasigur next turn. Snapcaster Mage is a good one. I think we're just yeah, I think we're going to Tasigur. So don't want Spellbomb. I think we're happy with the rest. We could just delve out the entire lot. Got another tracker. Okay, let's just go with Tasigur there. Opponent might not be able to kill this Tasigur. They might be running Liliana. Okay, opponent hasn't. Yeah, I think we're attacking here. I think we're just holding up Snap Push because Snapcaster is actually a lethal threat next turn. I think we just flash in Snapcaster here for no value. So my opponent might have a kill spell. Okay, Delta's a good draw. Going to attack with all. I'm assuming my opponent has a Snapcaster here. If they do, the question is, do we kill their Snapcaster? Let's see what they're targeting. Mana Leak. So I think we're just going to Snap Push. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll do this before my opponent can get the Mana Leak online. So opponent has to have another Snapcaster Mage, really. Oh, there could be like another Mana Leak in hand. Okay. Oh, I should have played the land. The reason I was holding the land was for tracker. I guess it gets a card out of their hand. We don't mind too much. I think we're going to hold the land for Tracker. Not that I think it's going to matter too much. Okay, we get there. I made a few misplays that I think it's probably worth just discussing. So there it was a choice between playing the land and to play around something like Stub, or holding the land for Tracker, and I think I probably should have played the land to play around Stub, because at that point we were so far ahead that Tracker was a bit superfluous really. Then there was tapping the wrong mana, something I definitely need to work on, so you just want to, it's worth just having a scan. I do like to do this, I just got a bit carried away there I think. Having a scan just of the board state rather than getting carried away, seeing what mana you need, what your opponent has untapped, etc. And then what else was there? So like activating the wrong creeping tar pit, that's just a Magic Online thing really, just want to be careful of that. Yeah, just want to be careful of that. What else? Was there anything else we wanted to discuss? Yeah, like what was the other one? Like, was there a fatal push there that I should have done at a different time? Maybe I should have abrupt decayed instead of fatal push, but always worth considering. But we get there, so I guess we'll see you back again for round 2. Do let me know what you'd have done in some of those situations, because it is always interesting to talk about. But yeah, we'll see you again for round number 2. Okay, round number 2. We are on the draw. I think we're going to keep. It's got an Inquisition. It's got loads of removal. If we're against a creature deck, this is it's really good. Less good against that, implying some sort of Jeskai or 4-colour deck. I think we're just going to leave with Overgrown Tomb Inquisition here. See what's going on. Jace, not a bad pickup. Okay, so so last time I played, this Prismari command was bugged, and the second mode, the target player discards 2 cards and draws 2 cards, discards 2 cards, was bugged so that my opponent drew 2 and I had to discard 2. I don't know if they fixed that, but I think they possibly have. I think we're just taking Snapcaster Mage here though. It's the most sort of powerful card in my opponent's hand. So they can logic not anything here. Okay, so we've got the lands for Jace. We can't really drown anything. Yeah, this is where I'd love to go and get the Triome. I need to put one in, see which land we can take out. But so we definitely want blue. I think I'm just going to get Breeding Pool here. So I don't mind Snap Inquisition, I suppose. Snap probably just trades for a logic not. But I think I want to use my mana. And we kind of want to get cards in my opponent's graveyard. Okay, they let Inquisition, well, they let Snapcaster resolve. They could Prismari command to kill the Snap, I suppose. Could just Logic Knot for 1. So is this still bugged? No. Okay, good. Glad that's a thing that's been fixed. Okay, so I've owned discards. We're going to see what they find anyway. So they've got Path, Logic Knot and Bolt. So Logic Knot deals with Jace. Bolt does only if we tick up. So we're going to take Logic Knot. So my opponent's got lots of removal in hand. And then I think we're just going to try and slam Jace next turn. And then tick up with Jace, obviously. It's tempting to Thoughtseize. But I think, you know, you're always going to be a card kind of behind. We're always going to be chasing it. So I think we're just going to get basic island here and try for this Jace. And hope it resolves. Hope my opponent didn't find a mana leak or another Logic Knot or a Snapcaster Mage would be the worst. Or a Cryptic is really bad. Yeah, that's bad for us, obviously. Probably the best draw my opponent could have had. But in Magic you do draw 1 card a turn. Maybe we should have waited a turn to Thoughtseize first, but okay, Tasigur's nice. So yeah, we can Thoughtseize now. Obviously Path dealing with Tasigur pretty niftily. They got another Cryptic? If they do, I'll drown in the locket. So they're drawing 2 cards. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. Okay, so yeah, we can just take Path here and then slam this Tasigur. We don't really want Snapcaster Mage at the moment. Given that my opponent got a land in hand as well. Yeah, given that we were exiling most of our graveyard, if we can untap with this Tasigur, I quite like our position. Okay, Thought Scour was okay. Don't know, I guess, do we want to Thought Scour any? Trouble is with Thought Scouring ourselves. So Thought Scouring ourselves is bad because we want to activate Tasigur, really. Might Thought Scour my opponent. I don't think we need to activate Tasigur at the moment. I'd rather hold up Drown in the Loch. Like, this fuels my opponent's Snapcaster Mages. Okay, Sultai Charm, not a bad draw. Oh, I do like this deck. Beating down with Tasigur, holding up some reactive spells. So yeah, we don't really want to do anything here. We're not going to use the Sultai Charm until we can do something with Drown in the Loch. Wouldn't mind finding a couple more lands here. Okay, that is indeed a land. Comes in tapped, unfortunately, but opponent got 4 cards in hand. We know one of them's a mana leak. We're just not casting anything here is fine. Looks like they're finding a land. So if they go for Teferi, that's a issue. Because they can now mana leak our spell. So if we go drown in the Loch, they kind of have to tuck this Tasigur. Yeah, I think we'll try and drown this. Obviously drown isn't going to resolve. But then we can't actually do Snapcaster Mage to kill Teferi if he ticks down, because they're going to have a bolt up. Yeah, his opponent tucking. Pretty expected there, given that they were being beaten to death by that Tasigur. So we could go for Snapcaster. My opponent bolts it. Don't think that that's a trade we want to make. Okay, Thoughtseize isn't bad. Yeah, let's Thoughtseize. Okay, opponent got force. I think we're just going to take the force. And then... yeah, I think we can draw the Tasigur here. We need to discard a card, so yeah, get rid of a useless Fatal Push. And then, what do we want to keep in the graveyard for Tasigur? I guess there's quite a lot we're interested in keeping. We're just going to get a basic land here. Want to preserve our life total a little. So, lands are fine, so we don't want Fatal Push, we don't want Thoughtseize, we don't want Thought Scour, don't really want Sultai Charm. Yeah, happy with that. Question is, do we attack Teferi? Omen of the Sea. Not something you see too often in these decks. But a good pickup for my opponent here. They're obviously looking for something. They put one on top, one on bottom, so this is probably getting pathed, I'd imagine, or snap path. Hard cast Terminus. Okay, so this is Miracles. Jeskai Miracles. Okay. Yeah, Inquisition not the best here. Do we want to fire it off? I think we will, because then we might. I think we're going to snap end of turn. Okay, looks like my opponent hasn't got anything in hand. Oh yeah, we knew they had the force. That's fine. Yeah, this is kind of... well, my opponent hasn't got anything, but I do have an active Teferi. Oh right, yes, scrying in upkeep makes sense. I guess the question is, do you want to snap for no real value? Again, I think the answer's no, especially since it won't actually kill this Teferi now. we'd like to draw a threat, really. Yeah, that's not a threat. We may have to Snapcaster Mage. Trouble is, my opponent is now in the position we were in, where they're happy to just not play anything, he says. Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, we're just gonna... We want to get our Snappy out anyway, so I'm gonna Snap Drown this. Haven't found a counter spell as well. Oh no. They might find one though. A few good draws from my opponent. See what they do with it. Top bottoms, that's not good for us probably. Oh no, okay, so drown the Loch, and we're going to drown their Snapcaster Mage. Okay, so we've got a Snapcaster Mage on the field. Opponent scrying in their upkeep. Not sure what they put on top. Could be another Planeswalker like Jace. They top bottom with the scry. Yeah, that Teferi is it's proven to be really bad for us. Sadly, I think the game is slipping. Yeah, it was a Jace. They're not going to bounce our Snapcaster. Yeah, now my opponent's drawing two cards in a Brainstorm every turn. This is not looking great for us. They are at 6. I think we just have to attack them and hope that they don't find a way of dealing with Snapcaster Mage. We just draw Polluted Delta, which isn't a good draw. Yeah, we're just going to attack them, put them to 4. There's no point in attacking the Planeswalkers. You know, it could be that my opponent doesn't have anything that can deal with this Snapcaster Mage. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I suppose they can always tuck it with Teferi. Not the best use of their Teferi, but... So we're saving this Polluted Delta in hand in case we draw Tireless Tracker. Yeah. Yeah, this part of the game is where something like Jund really shines, because you can just kind of wait, and then, you know, when you find Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, yeah, that Helix probably does it, I would think. Is there any way out of this for us? Not when we're drawing lands. Yeah, I'm just going to concede here. You know, there's no way we can win now. Yeah, sadly Tasigur was getting there. We were in really good shape at some point, and then my opponent managed to turn it around. So let's get rid of the Fatal Pushes. They're not very good. Abrupt Decay doesn't kill anything. We don't want that. So we want the Disputes. I think, yeah, we want the Strokes. Counter Jace and Teferi, and I think all the rest of it's fine. Mystical Dispute. Yeah, there's nothing else we want. You could consider Ashiok, I suppose, but Fatal Push, Spellbomb. Oh, Spellbomb's interesting. I guess a couple of Spellbombs instead of Thought Scour. Spellbomb doesn't work that well with Drown, but are they doing... The only card they really use in their graveyard for is Snapcaster, so I think we'll keep the Thought Scours in, given that we're keeping Drown in the Loch and Tasigur in. Yep, we'll play first. Yeah, this is actually a turn 2 Tasigur, I think. This puts 1, 2. This puts 3 cards in the graveyard. 4, 5. Yeah, turn 2 Tasigur. Tasigur also good because it can't be forced. My opponent probably just has Path to Exile in hand, and that'll make us sad. But not a lot you can do. We could do with if we can find a land though. I mean, Tasigur into Liliana is pretty good. We're gonna need at least one more land. Get a Watery Grave here. This is reminiscent of the Death Shadow heyday where you turn 1 Thought Scouring into Tasigur. If only we could hold up Stubborn Denial. So this, I think, we're just going to get a swamp. And Tasigur for the lot. Yeah, turn 2 Tasigur. This deck can power out a turn 2 Tasigur. So that's pretty good. Okay, so it looks like my opponent doesn't have Path. Well, they do have Path. Okay, so they're pathing it in our upkeep. So we don't get the mana from it. We'll go and get a forest, I think. Okay, swamp not the best draw, but we'll play the swamp, and then we're going to just play this Liliana. Probably shouldn't have played the swamp because we're probably not going to want to discard it. Okay, so we'll tick up. What are we getting rid of? I think at this point in time it's Creeping Tar Pit. We're going to make this a Liliana game. Maybe that was wrong. Yeah, maybe we should have gotten rid of Waterlogged Grove. Getting a Snapcaster Mage out of my opponent's hand is pretty good. Okay, opponent plays a land. Go for Sorcery Speed. It's very Time Raveler, sure. So, do we want to trophy that? Possibly. It shuts off our counter magic. Okay, so we're going to tick up, get rid of a Liliana. Play this. Now, do we trophy Mini Teferi? I don't think we do. I think my opponent might draw a... they might draw a card with it, I suppose, and we kind of want to run them out of cards, but... So they have drawn a card. Okay, they were looking for lands, but we would have given them a land with trophy. And I guess we kind of want to save a trophy for a Jace. Like so. Are we going to draw a card here? Probably. We don't ever need double green, although we do need double blue if we find our own Jace. No, I think we're okay to just draw here, naturally, keep my land. Okay, so we can... how much do we value? I think we're going to tick up, get rid of the island. I think that's fine. And yeah, we'll get rid of the island. We could then play, so it depends how much we want to play around force. So I think we're just going to trophy this now. If my opponent has force, okay, that's fine. So we've got a Liliana ready to ultimate, which is nice. We're not going to play the other Liliana, obviously. So opponent probably banking on a cryptic command to bounce this Liliana. Which looks like they've found. Or a purge, I guess Celestial Purge as well. Which they're probably running in the sideboard. Obviously it makes them play a little bit suboptimally. Okay, Snapcaster Mage. I think we're just going to go for another Liliana here. Well, the same Liliana, I suppose. We'll tick up, and I think we're going to get rid of our other Lily now. Snapcaster Mage, I think, is more valuable. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. We get rid of another land from them. So we're not in bad shape. This Teferi's a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Opponent got a lot of lands, so we're going to get the last card out of my opponent's hand here. Another Snapcaster Mage. So I think we're just going to tick up. Well, did we draw a card first? No, because then we can't trophy. Yeah, I think we're going to tick up. Worth noting here that you want to tick up often with cards in hand so you can't get bounced, and then your opponent gets... If you tick up a Liliana and you haven't got any cards in hand and your opponent cryptic commands it back to your hand, you have to discard your own Liliana. So I think, yeah, we're into Snap Trophy now. Make sure I tap the correct mana. I think trophying this Teferi, it makes our future counter spells a lot better. Our future Tasigurs, Tireless Trackers, all that. So we're in a decent board state now. This is also a good thing if my opponent rips a Jace or something off the top. Elspeth's Son's Nemesis. Okay, didn't necessarily expect that. Okay, so we are going to draw a card now. Thought Scour, not amazing. Thought Scour myself. Okay, so Tracker, pretty good. We could Edict. I think we're just going to discard the Darkslick Shores here. This way my opponent kind of has to attack this Liliana. So yeah, Elspeth was a good draw for my opponent. Okay, so they're going for the attack on Liliana. I think we're fine blocking. This Pioneer All-Star when the format was pretty new. Yeah, opponent going Elspeth into Archmage's Charm is pretty strong. So I think we're going to tick. We'll tick up. Yeah, we have to. Again, I think this this match might be slipping away from us here. Worryingly. Because now we're kind of we've gone to praying this Tireless Tracker resolves, which it's not going to. Maybe we shouldn't have ticked up there. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, we've gone from an excellent board state into just so far behind again. I don't really know how it happened. You know, my opponent had no cards in hand, nothing on board. We had a Liliana and a Snapcaster Mage, and now my opponent's got an Elspeth and 3 tokens, and they're about to kill Liliana. What is this? This Shark Typhoon as well. Oh no, it's Escape Elspeth, isn't it? Yeah, this is really bad for us. We haven't got in anything that kills these really. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I suppose part of it is my opponent drawing this into Archmage's Charm is into Overgrown Tomb. Can my opponent just do it? Not quite, but I don't think there's anything that gets us out of this. Possibly should have held that for Tracker, but yeah, I think yeah, I guess these are probably the way it goes. You know, a couple of good top decks on one side and a couple of bad ones on the other, and the game's over. Annoying, but that's the way it goes. I haven't got anything to kill these either. I guess it's good sideboard option because, yeah, GG's opponent. I think we were well ahead there for a time. Just yeah, bit unfortunate that we. Yeah, it was a bit of an odd one. Let me know what you think about that one as well. Yeah, Elspeth really giving us the business there. But yeah, okay, see you again for round 3. Okay, round number 3. We're going to keep this. I think it's got Inquisition into potential turn 2 Tasigur. Yeah, it's got some very good cards in it. Although we might change our tack if this is a... Okay, so we change our approach here to instead we're just going to Fatal Push the Accelerant. This is possibly Heliod. So opponent got Oath of Nissa. So not sure what this is. Let's see what my opponent reveals. So Stomping Ground. So that's another colour. So this isn't Heliod. This could be Jeskai. What's it called? I think we're gonna. I think we'll Thought Scour first in case we draw a Fatal Push. Although I guess we're going to get to Snap Push next turn. Okay, so opponent can. That's Shalai is going to be really annoying next turn. I'll take the Saheeli. Say go. So this is yeah, 4-colour copycat combo. Yes, I think we're getting Shalai'd here. Although I suppose if we draw a fetch land, we can. Yeah, we need to draw a fetch land here at some point. But we get to have a fairly good turn because we can go Jace, Vryn's Prodigy. Bit of a non-bow with Tasigur. Do we actually want to Tasigur? We might not actually. Yeah, I think we're just going to say go. You know, not doing this Tasigur lets us Snapcaster Fatal Push the Shalai. Lotus Cobra. Yeah, that lets us Lotus Cobra. Okay, so we're going to get to transform Jace, but we do need to... Oh, no, that turns on Revolt as well. Yeah, okay. I'm good at the game. So, yeah, we can do this because it returns to the battlefield transformed. Unless my opponent has a Bolt, which would suck. So we need to discard a card here. So let's get rid of this Inquisition. And then we can just do this on Fatal Push. And then Fatal Push this. And then we've got a Snapcaster Mage. So I think we're just going to Tasigur, delving out everything but drown in the Loch. And then Watery Grave. I suppose we could, maybe we should have Thoughtseize there. We're not under much pressure. Yeah, probably should have Thoughtseized away in case it's something like Collected Company or another Shalai or a Sahili. Okay, yeah, so my opponent gets to do the thing. So we'll make the bird smaller with Jace. We can kind of... So how much do we want to hold up Drown? I think I'd rather hold up Drown than Thoughtseize. Just because, yeah, Drown here is pretty much just counterspell. Given that they're a combo deck. And if they don't do anything, we can activate Tasigur. Okay. So yeah, we can just activate Tasigur here. If my opponent has something like Collected Company, we're going to be sad, but... Okay, I imagine we just get Inquisition or Tasigur back here, but still, you know, still we're not going to draw that card now. Sort of shrink the bird again. I think we'll Thoughtseize first. If we go, if we Thoughtseize, we can then go Tracker and hold up. No, because it's Snap Drown, isn't it? If we go Tracker into land, we also can't do that. So I think we're just going to Thoughtseize now, get the last card out of my opponent's hand. We'll see what it is at any rate. They didn't give us back Inquisition, but I guess Inquisition is... Okay, so they do just have a basic land in hand. I think we're going to play the land. Makes future lands better. And then I don't think we're attacking because I kind of want to protect this Jace. So our opponent is top decking. So we're not going to attack yet. Okay, so they play the mountain. Felidar Guardian. How much do we care about that? Like, I don't think we do. Oh, Oath of Nissa. Sure. But again, they don't really do much. Yeah, it's essentially drawing him a card. Saheeli is rough. Okay, so just take a land. So that's fine here. And we get to activate Tasigur again. Not that it's doing us too much good, I suppose. Although we would quite like to draw that Catacombs. Okay, we draw Thoughts. We get given Thoughtseize back, but didn't want to draw that. Okay, so land is really good. So we'll tick up on the bird. And then if I go Tracker, I can then still hold up Snap Drown. So we don't need other green mana. Okay, I'm just going to do this now. Yeah, I think we'll just get a swamp. Then we get to start drawing cards. Do we attack now? This can't attack. If they want to attack with these, we can block here. Yeah, I think we're okay to attack with Tasigur now that we've got another threat. And Jace is at 4 anyway. I guess they could attack with this, but then I can just crack 2 clues. Although we probably let Jace just take 3 if they do that. We know they've got Windswept Teeth in hand. Something like an Omnath would be... They might just go for the combo here if they found... Yeah, Coiling Oracle's fine. Okay, Noble Hierarch. That's a little bit more annoying. May see an attack by Lotus Cobra here. We do. So... It does make it a 4. So let's draw a card. Maelstrom Pulse is pretty good there. Yeah, I think we're just going to draw some cards. And then we could take the trade, but I think I'm happier just to let Jace die. Okay, that's another Jace. So yeah, I think we're just going to do this now. Opponent doesn't have a fetch land, so question is, do we brainstorm or do I uptick? I think I'm going to uptick. Okay, so we know what my opponent has. And I mean, we could attack with Tasigur and play another Tasigur. Or we could just pulse something. Yeah, let's pulse. We know what my opponent's drawing. Let's pulse these because they're... Well, it's a 2 for 1 and they're the things that are making my opponent able to attack through my cards. So we could attack here. What have they got? They've got 2, 3, 4. So yeah. Let's just attack with Tireless Tracker. Probably should have attacked with both there. They'd have had to block one. Next turn, I think we win because we could bounce a card with Jace. Let's see if we can win here. Yeah, that possibly does it. So we bounce a thing with Jace. We only need to get through with one of these. Bounce one with Jace, trophy one, Sultai Charm the other. Yeah. So we'll return Birds of Paradise. We'll trophy this. And then Snapcaster Mage. No, that's bad. Destroy a target monocolored creature. Okay, so we get there against Saheeli combo. Right, so I think we probably want the Disputes. Counter Saheeli, but does it counter anything else? Not sure. We want the. I think we want the. I don't know if we want all this discard. Might cut a couple. I think we're going to want to cut a couple of those. Disdainful Stroke doesn't really counter too much. I think Mystical Dispute is fine. Maybe for a couple of Inquisitions. Oh, Damnation and Kalitas are interesting. Maybe cut one Inquisition. It did get grindy. We need 2 cuts. So I like all these cards. All these are good. Let's cut. Let's got another Thoughtseize and only one one Mystical Dispute. I think that's fine. Okay, so this hand is okay. It's going to need a land, but we've got Fatal Push and Snapcasters for Fatal Push. Okay, that's a reasonable draw. I think we're going to Thought Scour ourselves here. Coiling Oracle. Is it going to give them a land? Oh, it's a Saheeli. So here, I think actually I'm going to Thought Scour my opponent in case we draw Drown in the Loch. There's 2 Felidar Guardians in the bin, so that's not bad. Okay, there's a land. So I think just do this and then play Jace. Jace can actually block Coiling Oracle as well, which is interesting. Yeah, this Delta going to have to shock us because we need both black and blue. Yeah, if only we had Surgical. Maybe this deck should be running Surgical just for the Thought Scour Surgical line. Often not actually that good though. So if my opponent finds, if they go Saheeli, we have to trophy it essentially. Acidic Slime. Destroy target artifact or land. Well, we can block here. That is a 1/1, isn't it? Yeah. Sure. Thoughtseize is quite nice, I suppose. We're gonna want a land, I think. Let's get rid of. Let's get rid of one snappy. Then we'll Thoughtseize my opponent. Crikey. Okay, so they haven't got a third land here. But they have a lot of good stuff. They can't cast the Reflector Mage. That's 5 mana. We can kill this. I think it's Bloodbraid Elf here. Okay, so we do not want the trophy yet. And we're probably keeping this fetch land around. Okay, so they put one on the bottom. Is it worth keeping this around? We could just snap Thoughtseize next turn. Yeah, I think we're going to fetch now. I think we are. Our life total is a bit under pressure. Tasigur. Okay. Oh, so this can actually flip this turn, which is nice. And then we could play Jace. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's get rid of Creeping Tar Pit. Tick this up on this. And then, yeah, shot this in and play Jace, I think. I think we're going to tick up on my opponent, try and stop them finding lands. Another Saheeli. So I could create a token of that and then hit Jace, but I don't think we really care. I think we're leaving anything on top that's not a land there. Oh yeah, they can do some things here. Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't see this line. Whereby my opponent can do that with that Saheeli, and then they get 2 triggers if they play the other Saheeli, but I mean, I think that's fine. Bit surprised they bring that in tapped, but there we go. Okay, so they're attacking Jace, but okay, so they've obviously into the battlefield, destroy target land. So they've got their land now. Okay, so I think we're just going to Thoughtseize my opponent. Brainstorm first. Okay, so we can Thought Scour these cards away if we don't want any of them. Don't think we need this many fatal pushes. What else do we want to get rid of? Maybe the charm. Play the land. And then yeah, we're going to Thoughtseize. Although we are at 8. Let's Thought Scour first, see what we hit. Okay, so we found another land, which isn't ideal. That's Tasigur. That's definitely a thing we want to do. So things that we don't want to get back. Don't really want. Yeah, that saves our planeswalkers a little bit, and then we could. Yeah, maybe we wanted to Thoughtseize there, but it's got haste, but we don't really care about that. Okay, pass the turn. And then this can attack Saheeli next turn. Okay, put one on the bottom. We are at 7, so we are going to have to do some work here. Oh, Reflector Mage is really annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, did forget about that. But it's not too bad. So yeah, we're just going to fatal push the Reflector Mage. And then I'm just going to trophy this now. I've kind of had enough of it ticking up and up and up. It does mean they get to play Thragtusk, but okay, so we can brainstorm, hopefully get rid of some of these lands. Okay, yeah, okay, so that's pretty good. We'll put Jace and a land back, play the land, tick this Jace up on this, play Kalitas. And then I think we're going to play Tasigur as well. Oh, they got Path as well. Oh, we can't play Tasigur, can we? Oh yeah, of course, yeah, from Reflector Mage, sure. So we might want to Snapcaster Mage to block. It's looking like a Thragtusk though. Oh no, this could be Avalanche Riders. Oh, it's Bloodbraid Elf. So we're going to want to block that with Snapcaster Mage, I think. Yeah, Path to Exile, fine. So we'll see what they attack. They're probably attacking Jace. So yeah, we're going to block here and then we can Liliana. Yeah. Which Jace are they attacking? Okay, so yeah, we're just going to yeah, it's worth keeping the Jace around here. Okay, so Tracker's pretty good. So we'll draw some cards. See what we get. Okay, so yeah, Dispute's nice actually. So we'll put back Fatal Push and I think Liliana for now. Play a Tracker. We'll play a land. Make a clue. Tip this. We could just Fatal Push the Coiling Oracle, but I mean we're not far off ultimating. And then we'll just Tasigur, and then we can hold up Dispute. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, we're holding up Dispute here for a. I can hit most of their hand, to be fair. Is that when you cast? When it's the battlefield. That's beginning of your end step. Let's crack a clue here, because we can Mystical Dispute this for 1 mana. I think that's probably worth disputing. What's this say? Okay, my opponent has conceded from the game. Weren't quite out of the woods, but this ultimate, whenever you cast a spell, target opponent mills 5 cards. So we only need to cast. We had to cast 8 spells to mill them out. But given that we've got a Jace on the field, that's not too difficult. So we get the win there. Good, we're 2-1. See you back again for round number 4. Right, round number 4. We are going to be on the play. This hand, I'm going to keep it. It has a early interaction if we're against a creature deck, and it's got some heavy hitters here. Sultai Charm, a nice flexible card. It is a bit high on the curve. We could do with like a Thoughtseize effect or a Jace, mini Jace or something. Okay, opponent's mulligan to 6. I think we're going to Delta here. It would be nice to save it for the tracker, but in case we're against something like Burn, I don't want to take much damage, but also want to be able to Fatal Push on 1. Bloodstained Mire into Blood Grips. This is looking like Shadow. Yeah. So we've got 3 things that kill their creatures. Take the tracker. I think actually I might leave this fetch land uncracked, because if my opponent plays, it just limits my opponent's ability to play Scourge of the Skyclaves early. So we're still at 20 life, so yeah, keeping them off of that is good. Given my opponent took a tracker there, I would imagine they have another discard. Yeah, because there's some very good stuff in our hand. I think we're just doing the same thing here. Abrupt Decay is a reasonable pickup. Yeah, happy to stay at 20 life here. Opponent goes... Okay, they did fetch, but not shock. So they're at 14. Could be Jund, of course. Just straight up Jund. Okay, so it is... There's Liliana of the Veil. So it is just Jund. Okay, so we'll... I think I'm going to use the Sultai Charm this turn. Or shall we use Abrupt Decay? Thing is, we're not going to be playing... I think the trouble with playing Jace is that my opponent is possibly going to Fatal Push. Is probably going to Bloodbraid Elf next turn. I think we have to decay the Liliana. I think we'll get rid of this Fatal Push and then just decay the Liliana. And then fetch a land. So we've got all our colours. Okay, we hit a Watery Grave. But the question is, do we want to play Jace? I'm pretty afraid of that Bloodbraid Elf killing Jace is pretty bad. I think we're going to leave it a turn. You know, obviously that leaves us a bit open to discard spells. If my opponent doesn't have a land or doesn't have Bloodbraid Elf, we look a bit silly, I guess. Yeah, it would have been nice to play Jace. Yeah, Season Pyromancer is pretty good. Draws my opponent 2 cards. So I think we're just going to draw some cards here. Get rid of the swamp. Got enough mana for now. So we could Jace uptick, because Jace Brainstorm doesn't do anything for us here. We could Sultai Charm, look for some action. Yeah, I don't think I mind. Or we could just destroy this and then try and slam Jace next turn. We could Jace bounce the Pyromancer, but that seems really bad. They just get to draw another 2 and potentially kill our Jace as well. We could Jace bounce this, but we don't really want to do that. We could kill... We are going to have to kill this at some point. I think we're just going to play the land and then hold up Sultai Charm with the view of killing this Pyromancer end of turn. Okay, Raging Ravine's pretty good. I think we'll take the damage here and see what my opponent does. We're falling a bit behind on tempo, unfortunately. So no spell from my opponent. So I think I'm just going to draw another 2. Looking for... not really looking for those. May have to Jace Brainstorm here. Opponent could have Kolaghan's Command. This might be what they're thinking of now. Although they'd have done that in... Yeah, I should have thought about that maybe. But, they should have... If they had Kolaghan's Command, they would have done it in response to the Sultai Charm, because then I'd lose the Jace. So, what do we want to see off the top? My opponent does run a lot of removal, so they could have just removal in hand. They could just have lands. Drown in the Loch is excellent. That's pretty much exactly what we wanted to see, actually. So let's play this Jace. And then we'll Brainstorm. At this point, don't think we really want either of these. We may want to Thoughtseize next turn. Bolt's annoying. So we could drown it, but then we just lose these anyway. Okay, so I don't think it's worth killing this Pyromancer. I don't think we want either of the cards that are on top of our library. Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, I think I'm just going to straight up counter this. The last card in my opponent's hand. We don't want them eating anything really. So yeah, just drown, counter here. Yeah, so we are at 10, so we're potentially dead in 2. Yeah, I wish I hadn't kept this Thoughtseize. Liliana would be better here. So they probably attack that, it buys us some time. But yeah, so we'd like to see yeah, something that kills Raging Ravine would be good. Another Drown a lot would be good. Okay, big draw step here. That's not bad. I think we have to use it now. So it's tempting to save it for the tokens, but opponent can't make them this turn. We're still dead in 2. But this, yeah, I think we're just going to pulse this. I think we have to. Then we're taking 5 and then 5, so we need to find a removal spell. Ideally, but I think this one slipped away from us slightly. Okay, see what my opponent has here. Are we dead to Bolt? It's actually 4/5. No, so we're not dead to Bolt. We could be dead to Bloodbraid Elf into Bolt. Okay, my opponent just attacking for 1. Apply Croxer. So we're probably dead to that. This puts us to 6. Tasigur pretty good. It blocks. We can get rid of Thoughtseize. Sultai Charm we don't really want. Can we get rid of enough spells? I think we can. So don't want Thoughtseize. Although we need a we need a 1 mana spell really. We really need Fatal Push. Yeah, we can't do it. And is it worth exposing that we've got Tasigur for this? Although we get another turn, potentially next turn. Although this is putting us to 3 and we're going to have to discard whatever we draw. This attacks, puts us to 3, we block, and then Raging Ravine just... not quite, I guess, because we can discard something to the Crocs. So we can activate Tasigur. We can activate Tasigur to get a card to discard. I guess we should have done this before attacking case, but that's not going to be a thing, is it? Although I don't think there's anything that gets us out of this. Do we mill? Don't think there's anything that gets us out of this. Unless my opponent accidentally gives me Fatal Push. Yeah, they just give us a Sultai Charm. So we can block here. But I don't think there's anything now that does it for us. No, we will concede. Okay, so maybe make a mistake with that. Yeah, keeping that Thoughtseize, but I don't think it would have mattered. So we're going to cut all of our hand disruption, and then we'll bring in spell bombs, Kalitas, at least one damnation. I think everything else is fine in the main. So we're definitely bringing in one Ashiok. It's whether we want to bring in both or a damnation. Let's bring in damnation, I think. I think Ashiok not always that impactful in these matches. So yeah, we'll play first. I think we'll keep. We don't really want to mulligan. We're going to need some land. If we find another land, we're okay. So just going to play this grave tapped. See what my opponent has. I doubt they've left in discard, but they may have. They have. I mean, we're a little bit more control than your average mid-range. And taking our Snapcaster there is pretty good. Sure, okay, so we can potentially counter a Tarmogoyf off a fetch land here, or a Renin 6. That is a fetch land. So we will counter something like a Renin 6. Yeah, we're going to just counter that, I think. Do need double black at some point, so let's go and get Overgrown Tomb. Let's counter this. That also puts another card in the graveyard for Tasigur. That's not ideal. Need a land, really. The trouble with playing Tasigur now, because obviously we can after this Thought Scour, is if my opponent plays Liliana, we're just so dead. Maybe we should have held that. Well, no, we can't really hold that drown because Liliana wasn't necessarily counterable by it. But yeah, if we Tasigur here and then my opponent goes Liliana of the Veil, get rid of Tasigur, we're in real trouble. Okay, so we find the land, which is nice. Do we think it's worth it? I mean, if not, my opponent just goes Liliana tick up, so I think we're going to go for it here. I think I'm just going to delve all the way. I think we have to do that. I don't like doing that, but yeah, it looks like my opponent does have Liliana, which is really bad for us. Ugh, we just needed to fade it one time, really. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, so we hit a Delta. Not the best. I think we'll discard one of these Sultai Charms. Yeah, we're pretty far behind now. Yeah, we've got this creature removal in hand, and opponent's got 2 planeswalkers, and they're, you know, this combo is obviously really good. Let's see what we can find with Sultai Charm. What we just let's discard this Damnation. Then we'll fetch. We really need something like a Jace here. Another Abrupt Decay is nice. Okay, I need to draw something really. Oh, that is an Abrupt Decay. So, yeah, I think we're going to just decay the Liliana right now. Because I think at the moment we're more afraid of the Liliana. We just can never play a creature. Got a counter spell now. How much do we care about Kalitas? It is really good. Yeah, exiles good stuff from our graveyard. I think I'm just going to drown this. Thought Scour. So we're going to Thought Scour ourselves. Creeping Tar Pit's not too bad actually. We probably do start attacking Wrenn and 6. Land there, not what we want to see. Opponent's got Fatal Push or Bolt. Yeah, Fatal Push. Okay. So we need Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster Mage is great. Another Abrupt Decay, Maelstrom Pulse. Yeah, anything but that really. Yeah, definitely didn't want to find that. We'll save that in hand for Tracker. Yeah, opponent is doing the greedy play. That's a Goyf. Snapcaster Mage. Thought Scour again. Least it. Okay, Jace. So I think we have to Jace, and then we're gonna bounce the Goyf. Although although brainstorming is I think we're just gonna bounce the Goyf. Obviously, this is brutal if my opponent has Lightning Bolt or another. If they have another Wrenn and 6, it's pretty much game over. They've got the Remblem now. Oh, they've got Bolt as well, and they've got so many cards in hand. Maybe we should have dug for a Decay there. We just find lands. Yeah, I'm just going to concede this one. Maybe we should have brainstormed there. See if we would have hit. No. Okay, well, yeah. Unfortunately, we kind of saw the wrong half of our deck at the start. Maybe that Tasigur play was wrong. It's very difficult there with a threat like Tasigur on our turn 3 that's susceptible to Liliana. We could have done without. But there we go. We're 2-2. We'll see you again for round number 5. Going for the 3-2. Okay, round number 5. See a decent hand here. Thoughtseize into Jace, so keep this. We are getting someone called Tron Walker, so could be Tron. It is Tron. Right, so okay, trophy's a good draw. We'll just go Swamp Thoughtseize here. Okay, so they do have Tron. We'll take the Khan Liberated. I've got towers and stuff in hand. so they've got Tron next turn, so now the question is, do we want to trophy a land, or do we want to play a Jace? I think I'm going to trophy a land. Yeah, we'll do it in my opponent's draw step. And then next turn we can Jace. So you do it in the draw step because then they're more likely to draw their basic lands. Oh, it's Oath of Nissa. So Tron Walker, this is okay, so what did we hit? Did we kill? No, we killed the power plant. Okay, so I'm gonna Thoughtseize first, see. Okay, so there's another, oh, Khan the Great Creator, that goes. Because they can play that next turn. Then we'll Verdant Catacombs and play Jace. Don't think we mind about our life total in this one. We need more blue and black really, so I'll go and grab Watery Grave. Let's play Baby Jace. Okay, another sphere. So this turn we can flip Jace. Counter on Blast Zone. So yeah, we're going to be Thought Seizing my opponent. I think so. This is so it's draw a card. Okay, so yeah, so this is going to flip. So we're looking for a land here, really. Snapcaster Mage not too bad. I think we'll get rid of the Inquisition. Thought Scour myself. I guess we could. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's annoying. I should have thought about this. Because we could have Tasigur and Thoughtseized. We could trophy to take them off Tron. We could just play Tasigur here. I think I'm just going to Thoughtseize. Okay, so they have 2 towers in hand. They may blow up the blast zone. Oh yeah, we can track a... We're getting quite low life. So we'll track a... Make a clue and play Tasigur. This is quite a clock, so... yeah, okay, so actually let's do this right. So leave only things we want in there. So we only really want Assassin's Trophy now. Opponent doesn't blow up the blast zone. Oath of Nissa again. Is this instead of Ancient Stirrings, or are they running a some other Planeswalkers? Kind of the Great Creator, A little bit annoying. Let's see what they go and get. Could be Ensnaring Bridge. It is Ensnaring Bridge, but we have the Snapcaster for that. Annoying we can't activate the clue, but obviously we can once we kill Khan. Attack Khan, attack my opponent. So it's tempting to cash this in, but I think we'll just do this. Do we draw to hope for it to try and hit a land? No, I think we're just happy to hold here. We are down at 6, but opponent's got a lot of life. A lot of lands now. Another Oath of Nissa. Do they play the tower there? I think they played the other tower. Khan liberated. Ensnaring Bridge. So the trouble with trophying the bridge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is it gives my opponent lands. So if we snap trophy the bridge, this is 4. Although we have got them dead then in 2 turns. Is this 3 to activate? Yeah, I think we're going to go for snap trophy the bridge, because Khan liberated doesn't really do a lot at this point in the game. Let's draw a card. Makes the tracker a little bit bigger. Play a land, which we won't shock in. I suppose putting counters on blast zone to 3. Okay, so are we going to sacrifice this? I mean, we're dead to a Reality Smasher anyway, pretty much. Yeah, I think so. Just get in as much damage as we can. And try and get my opponent dead next turn, whatever they exile. Okay, so this looks like Khan liberated, but I don't think we care about Khan. Oh, all his dust is really bad though. Okay, so we know my opponent has Khan and 1 unknown in hand. Have a blast zone on 3, which is also annoying. So let's go Liliana Tasigur, I think. Pick up the Liliana. We'll discard this fairly useless Fatal Push. Opponent gets rid of Doubling Season. Okay. We'll keep leave Snapcaster Mage in there, and we will play this land. Say go. Wouldn't be surprised to see my opponent exiling Tasigur. 5 mana, 6. We don't want Wormcoil Engine here, really. Guess it's Khan. Doubling Season's interesting. So Yeah, looks like they're just trying to turbo out Khan and put loads of counters on. Drown the Loch is okay. I think we'll draw a card here. Although, just playing the tracker and holding up a land is... No, I think we want to draw here. Okay, so we hit a land, so we'll go tracker into land. Shocking that in is a bit painful, but do we tick up or do I hold up drown is the question. I think I'm just going to tick up. Yeah, because they can make me discard that anyway. Okay, we get a Khan the Great Creator. Which would have killed us actually. It's not be Ballista. Please not another All is that. That's super bad. Opponent. Well, that's how it goes with Tron, isn't it? Okay. I don't know how we. Jace is okay, but it's just going to die to Khan. I think we have to play it. Looking for Assassin's Trophy or Maelstrom Pulse. None of those are that, so we'll put this and this back, play this, and then, yeah, we just have to fetch a basic here. See what my opponent has. They're probably just going to exile Khan. Yeah, that all is just brutal. Oh, sorry, they're probably just going to exile Jace. Yeah. So yeah, I think we're on for... we're just going to try and draw out of this somehow. Draw 2, discard 1. Oh, okay, so that's not ideal. Look, I suppose, well, Creeping Tuppet, it just gets exiled by Khan is the trouble. We'll play it. Needed that to not be a land, really. Obviously we're dead to Ballista. Yeah, opponent exiles our Creeping Tarpit. They've got 2 mana. I wonder if they're running any big planeswalkers other than, you know, the standard Tron ones to pair with Oath of Nissa. We're running Cascading Cataracts, so that is not a good thing to draw. Yeah, now we're in the realm of needing something to kill this Khan. Like Assassin's Trophy. Maelstrom Pulse would be ideal. Liliana's not terrible if it makes my opponent tick down. Just jam this here. Although they can... what do we get rid of? Serum Powder. Not sure what's going on here. I guess Serum Powder with Khan is actually fairly interesting. Because you can exile stuff and then play it with Khan. Okay, yeah, we're just dead now. Khan's going to go and get Ballista. One would imagine. Not sure why they didn't just go and get Ballista. Yeah, there's Ballista, so I mean it gives us an out. We can draw Inquisition or Liliana. Yep. So yeah, that was pretty brutal. But we nearly got there, but just yeah. I mean, my opponent never found Tron, but I think we are going to bring in the Damping Spheres. We haven't got much else, so we obviously get rid of all of the Fatal Push. Drown in the Loch isn't amazing here because their stuff is just so high CMC. Sultai Charm's good, so I'd consider Ashiok. So they can't search their library, but is that better? I mean, Drown is okay at countering things like Khan. I think we'll just go with this. It's going to be. It's always an uphill battle versus Tron. But yeah, we nearly got there that turn. It was that All Is Dust draw that was, yeah, it was just brutal. A lot of people on the All Is Dust now knowing that it's really, really good. Okay, we will play first, please. This is a 1-lander with 2 discard spells. I think we'll keep this, weirdly. I think we can go and get Watery Grave, and then next turn we get a couple of looks at a land, and then it's got some decent spells against Tron if we can hit land. I think we're going to need to get a little bit lucky against Tron anyway. And we can cast 3 of the spells off 1 land. So we're going to get Watery Grave, and then we'll Inquisition first. So my opponent's got Sylvan Scrying, so that takes them off Tron. So yeah, this turn we're gonna, I mean, obviously we'd love to find land off the top. I think we're just gonna Thought Scour here, try and hit a land. That's really annoying, but it does get a lot of non-land cards off the top of my library. Right, so they played the tower, played the power plant, stirrings. They found the mine, so this is land or bust now, really. Yeah, we can Thoughtseize, but again, we're just so far behind. We have to take the Khan liberated. Yeah, we kept a risky one and have gotten insanely punished for it. We had to take Khan liberated there, otherwise my opponent just takes my land. Probably going to get, oh yeah, liquid metal coating. Okay, so yeah, we need a land now in order to trophy the Khan in their upkeep. Yep, we just lose. Risky keep, but there we go. That's how it goes sometimes. It would have been good to see a land in the first few, but yeah, that's how it goes against Tron quite a lot of the time. We're pretty outgunned sometimes. But I hope you enjoyed that. I'm really enjoying this Sultai deck, playing with Tasigur and friends. If it's something you enjoy, please do give us a subscribe on YouTube. Does mean a lot. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see or anything you would have done differently, and we'll see you again for the next league. Cheers.